I actually have an additional layer for each one that I'm going to show, that if there's, at this level, some things are still unclear, we could go a click down even below this in some cases if we need to. So we'll see how it lands.
Sure.
The first one here is silicon security. So Intel's products are designed, sourced, and proactively strengthened with a secure performance approach. Hopefully the screen share isn't lagging too bad. The second,
number 2 is on there. Yep.
Oh, good. The second one is silicon-rooted hardening. So Intel's silicon-rooted security technologies harden potential attack surfaces and enable partners to deliver more secure solutions. The third is end-to-end infrastructure support. So Intel's consistent security model and partner support span edge, device, data center, and cloud. The fourth one is cybersecurity advancement. So Intel collaboratively delivers new era protection, evaluation, and enablement solutions that propel the security industry forward. And then finally, all this works for unlocked business transformation. So Intel and its ecosystem provide the security innovations that enable businesses to transform. So same kind of deal. Let this soak in for just a second, and then would love to hear your overall reactions.
Okay. So I'm going to start with number 1.
Sure.
Design, source, and proactively strengthened with a secure performance approach. What does a secure performance approach mean? And the reason I ask that, the reason I ask that is because when I look at from a secure standpoint, you know, I guess I just need to know, what does the secure performance approach mean?
Okay, so that's a place you'd want to know more. Like what are they really talking about there? Okay.
Right.
Got it. Yeah, and in a bit we can go and I can show you the next level of detail on that one here in a moment. When you look at these overall, does the narrative that they're laying out, I mean, does this track and make sense to you, or are there disconnects in here?
So number 3 tracks and makes sense to me. Edge, device, data center, cloud. Those are all technologies that I'm directly involved in. Those are things that I can understand. New era protection, evaluation, and enablement solutions that propel security industry forward. Cybersecurity itself, if we're not trying to filter or detect data or requests as they're coming across the wire, then we're trying to enable protection or detect things on the back end, on the servers themselves, either through log analysis, log analytics, threat detections on the systems themselves, probing detections and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what Intel provides as a part of that as to how they enable those kinds of solutions.
Okay.
But the one that I got stuck on was number 2, silicon-rooted hardening. I have no idea what that means.
Okay. Perfect.
Silicon-rooted, I mean, your chipset is what I'm assuming that you're talking about that, but what does hardening of those mean? Are you digitally signing the instruction sets that are coming through there, or are you building your own translators and optimizers inside of there that are doing like checksums or checkouts against the data coming in and the data going out? Or I guess I don't understand what that means at all.
Okay, got it. Let me ask a few follow-ups on these. So maybe I'll kind of take them one at a time before we go into additional detail. So number 1, you kind of spoke to it first, silicon security. You have some question marks around secure performance approach. In general, at least from what's stated here, does this feel like an area that is where Intel's credible, or like, yes, they're credible, that's something they should be speaking to, or does it seem disconnected from Intel?
No, that sounds credible. This would be something I would expect Intel to be actually providing.
Okay. Okay.
They don't want to allow for people to root hack or basically hack the stream of instructions that are going to the Intel's processors. They want to be able to harden or basically keep that environment protected and strong against the ability to get in there, and it's registry hacking. So it's flipping the bits in the registries on the CPUs themselves that allow you to change the instruction set, that allow it to do things that you're not supposed to do. That's pretty low level hacking. There's very few people that I know of that know how to do something like that. So. Okay.
But got it. That seems like a fit. And number two, you kind of have some question marks. We'll table that one for now. We'll come back to it after show more detail. Number three, you said, this one makes sense. I'm curious with number three, that end-to-end infrastructure support. Good that it makes sense. How relevant and credible is Intel in that?
To me, Intel provides the platform, the underlying environment that all of those things are going to be running on. I would expect to see, so if I'm looking at my systems and that I'm looking at building up the models, I would expect to see Intel chipsets inside of the edge devices, the computers that are being run on there, the data centers, and all of the underlying hardware, the rack systems, and then the cloud environment. Again, when I get to the cloud environment, I'm abstracted away from all of that. But to know that Intel was running underneath those, that would be relevant to me. But like I said, that's where I spend most of my time, is building up those full-fledged systems, front to back, that deal with all of those kinds of environments. On-prem data centers, cloud environments, different devices for both user interfaces, and that's where I spend my days.
Yeah, got it. What about that fourth one? So the cybersecurity advancement. You brought up some things, filter, detector, log analysis. You brought up several things that are sort of not present there. You kind of had a question mark about. How do you see this area, cybersecurity advancement, fitting with Intel? Is that a place they seem credible, or do you think of them less there?
So what I would be looking to see is Intel collaboratively delivers. Collaboratively with who? Who are the industry leaders that you are collaborating with to provide, even as something as like an external filter device like Barracuda or Cisco's Iron Port. So you've got devices that are going to protect you from external attacks in your environments. So who are the partners that you're collaboratively working with? And once I know where they are at in that picture, what is it that Intel provides as a part of that? Do they provide the security chipset that sits underneath these devices? Are you working with developing a new API that's going to allow for them to build their products on top of it? Do you perform encryption on the fly? I mean, who is it that they collaborate with, and then what do they do to enable that to happen?
Got it.
I mean, it sounds nice, but I don't know who you're collaborating with. So if I'm looking through, the environments I'm putting systems into, I'm looking at where my protection is and who is it that's supporting that. Where is it? What's underneath that piece? And I don't know if I've seen Intel's name on any of those yet. Okay,
perfect. I mean, what about that fifth one? As this all manifests in unlocked business transformation, is Intel credible there? Does that fit with them?
So it goes back to those other pieces. If you're providing the ecosystem, to me, the ecosystem is everything where the systems are going to run. So you're talking, like I said, you're talking network pieces, you're talking underlying servers and systems, you're providing the input devices, the output devices, the data. Where does the data sit? I mean, how do they work with the different databases? So if I'm going to encrypt my database at rest, what does Intel provide that allows for that